Hello and welcome to the Kindred Essence Tarot and to my latest reading, which is on how to deal with the difficult or narcissistic or even dangerous person in your life. And I will add the caveat that does not take the place of like professional legal or psychological advice. Like, this is just meant to be a guide. So if you're dealing with a truly dangerous person, make sure to use your own intuition as well as what is appropriate for that situation. This is just meant to be a guide, but I know that the difficult person that you're dealing with could range from annoying to downright dangerous. So I'm just going to see what comes up for you, but I recognize there's very difficult people. So I'm just putting that legal caveat that this is not a replacement for like professional advice for whatever situation you are facing. But without any other further ado, let's get started. Think of a particular person that's difficult, and they could be currently in your life, in your past existence, or something like that. So yeah, so pick a pile and let's get started. Pile number 1, how to deal with the difficult person in your life who may be narcissistic, or I'm hearing that this person really likes attention. They're almost like this dark hole. They're almost immature and childish, but they really like attention, and they don't like to be left out in the cold, and that's why they act the way they do. They have this thing about not being giving attention and being abandoned, and that's why they act the way that they do. So it's like they do things to worry people. It's always about getting supply. It could be narcissistic supply, be some other emotional supply, to almost feed the dark hole in their life. And let me move this camera back just so you can get the whole thing. So it's like you can see the whole thing. So it's sort of like I get the sense that it's annoying, but then where we go to a crux of the issue is that you can't satisfy this person's deep emotional wound, right? You can't do that. So it's sort of like, what do you do? I want to see what else do we get, because it's sort of like this person they have this petulant, almost stalkerish energy. And I'm hearing this person, you need to have clear boundaries, because you have to realize that you can't fill this person's emotional holes. And this person, that's how you deal with this person, with clear boundaries. I'm hearing the Hierophant, the Emperor and the Hierophant, they just have this, it's almost like you need to encapsulate this energy with pure consciousness. And I'm hearing this person, they're almost, in some cases, they're easily manipulatable, because you can sort of change if you change their consciousness, if you change your consciousness, they could change with that, believe and trust. But I'm hearing this person they act the way they do because they have hopelessness about their needs being met. And it's sort of like this person, I'm hearing, could in some cases be a trigger warning, a stalker. And they just don't believe and trust that they have other options. That's why they tend to cling to people, because it's like this sense of extreme emotional deprival, and that's why they basically they're kind of, they give me a sense that they were deprived of love when they were young, and that's why they're kind of acting so. But yeah, I get the stalker vibe, and it's sort of like they don't know how to get their needs met through other people in the proper way. That's why they stalk people. But it's like, I'm hearing in some cases you just need to have clear boundaries. I'm hearing in some cases restraining orders have not helped. I'm hearing this person still wants, they could be still hell-bent on getting whatever, they want to control people, and they may even use money to control people in some cases. Everything is about controlling other people to get supply from them. But it's sort of like, I'm hearing that sometimes you could redivert this person. I'm just seeing this image of they may or not have a brain that sort of like gets affected by emotions. So I'm hearing in some cases it doesn't, but you could change their brain just by changing, like if you it's kind of, I'm getting this image of dangling a carrot on a stick, and if you kind of dangle a carrot on a stick in a different direction, they may bite that particular carrot. But this person feels really almost mischievous is the word that came up. And it's like they really don't have a heart center, and because of that they're looking for other people to feel that it's like they almost want people to serve them constantly. Servant, and they almost want people to serve people, and I got service. And so they just feel very like manipulative, like very this may be somebody who malingers issues. Like they might say like, oh, I'm suicidal, so will you get back together with me because I'm sick? So will you get back with me? Like it's somebody who does all these manipulative machinations in order to get what they want, and they're false. I'm hearing this person's like, they lie a lot, I'm hearing, to get their needs met. They're the type who would say, like, if it's like somebody, a parent, a friend, or an ex-lover or what have you, they'd be like, will you come to me? I'm very like sick right now, and this may be the last time you'll have to see me, and I don't know, my therapist says that you may need to like see me, or else something terrible might happen. So it feels like this person almost manipulates like psychological concepts to you for their own gain, and like, yeah, that they almost manipulate so, yeah, just psychological concepts for their own gain. And yeah, it basically they but how do you deal with this person? You basically, I'm hearing boundaries. I'm hearing in some cases you just need to block this person entirely, and a firm boundary. But then you can also do energetic boundaries. But it may even, I'm hearing that even if you were to do some form of energy, and you may not want to do that, so I admit that you may not want to do that, and I think everything is appropriate, but you may be able to take empowerment by, interesting, I'm hearing it by going into the astral realm, or going, if you feel that you're up to it, and you've got the skilled energy work or the psychic abilities to it. If this person's becoming a real nuisance or a stalker, you may want to do something energetically, work on them energetically to get them to stop. And I'm hearing that may or may, I'm not saying it always will, that may or may work. Like, do this energetic session where you're kind of like, if this person, you may not want to divert your time to this, but if this person's really becoming a really annoying stalker, you may want to sort of go and energetically, like, talk to their higher self, talk to their energetic, and sort of maneuver it, and get them to get their, because I'm hearing this person gets weird ideas in their head too, which is why they get weird with people. They get weird ideas, and it's like, but I'm hearing that may not work in some cases, doing that energy work, like, to help resolve it. It may not work, because it may work, it may not work, but you may just need to just set the firm boundaries. And ask for safety, because this person, I'm hearing they may become annoying, but they may even be more unsafe. But I'm let go of fear now. So I'm hearing asking for protection if they're a stalker, but this feels kind of a little bit unsettling and mischievous. And ask for your children to be watched over by angels, or your loved ones to be, because this person feels quite unsettling, quite manipulative, and it's like they really get fixated on a particular target, but it's like there's a lot of stuff going on in their head, And if you were to sort of talk to their higher self, and they almost have a weird rich inner life, and it's sort of like if you were to sort of maneuver that, you could somehow change their mind in some cases, not in all, some, but it's like just, you know, getting into an energetic sort of thing where you help them heal, you help them basically like pay attention to their dreams. Like you may even be able to through intention, like talk to their higher self and change their mindset and energetically work on them. But only do this if you know you can do that and if you sense that's a good idea. So it feels like it's spiritual, but in some cases that won't work, and you just need to do harsh boundaries and ask for maybe even, you know, police. But I know those don't always work, right? Because the police, it's very, very flawed. The legal system, right? I mean, I'm sure we all know that. But then also ask for high spiritual protection in order to protect you. Oh wait, pile number 2. Hello, pile number 2. What do we have? For how to deal with a particular difficult person. Okay, the 7 of Swords, Ace of Pentacles. I'm hearing this person, they really covet what other people have. And they feel, and they're like always, and it doesn't matter what they have, they always covet what other people have. 8 of Pentacles. They kind of seem like they're side-eyeing you, what you're up to. But what is their 10 of Swords? So I'm hearing this person could be a really nasty M or F-er who really wants to end things for you or other people. It's like this person is a really dark soul. They even may be, I'm hearing a covert narcissist who pretends to be a certain way. They cause a lot of conflict, I'm hearing. But it's sort of, they sidle in and they pretend to have your best intentions at heart. And they kind of present, like they're kind of a very two-sided person, but they present only one side that you don't really want to, like, the other side that you don't really want to, they don't want to see it. They don't want you to see it, and maybe you don't want to see it either, or it's quite alarming. But this person is just a really dark soul who could be really sneaky in like either getting what they want or taking what you want, or going in about it. Like, just say they wanted your significant other, they might come up with a plan in order to make it look like you're cheating. Like, it's like they almost give the sense of somebody who, they want what you want. They want your 9 of Cups. Maybe they want your spouse. So they're basically, okay, well, I'm going to, like, maybe I'll get her drunk and then get her sleeping with somebody else, and then take pictures, and then I can ruin their marriage and take what you want. So it just seems like this person is very covetous and manipulative and very what do you call it? Like always eyeing what other people want and doing anything to get it type thing. So this person is a very covert. So the problem with covert narcissists is, you may or may not know, is that you don't really see, like, people don't always see who they are. So I'm hearing that if you, okay, for this person, to throw the right energy at them could trip them up. Like, to throw the right energy, and I'm hearing calling them out in this specific way would could really, I mean, I'm hearing this person may slide around and pretend to be a person, but I'm hearing that for this person, keep records and even cameras. I'm getting the effect that you need to sort of watch this person because they're really sneaky. Yeah, they're self-defeating slave. They even may find a way to make other people self-defeat and to be their slave. And this person, I'm hearing people become angry. Like, there's a chunk of people who are angry at this person. You may not have known at first you may not have known the danger at first, but you're like, there's a lot of people that don't like this person, they're angry at this person. And it's like shame. Okay, I'm hearing shame. So this person has a lot of sort of shame. So if you were to poke the right bear with them, they could feel a lot of fear. Like if you were to kind of, I'm hearing this person has a lot of secrets, and some are quite, like I'm hearing they may have cheated on some, they may have done some, I'm hearing there's a lot of stuff behind the closed doors that you may have an indicator of, but you may not know about. But compulsion. So if you sort of almost threaten to put the ball in the wrong direction, it's almost like if you get this person's Achilles heel, they might snap. They may snap. So if you're on the right path, but I'm hearing like self-respect. If you kind of shame this person's, like, or threaten to bring up something that's really like bad that they've done, then they if you direct, because this person is they kind of operate in the shadows. So if you kind of figure out what their deep dark secret is, it is done. And I'm hearing it could be something really bad, right? But if you it's like you may or may know what this is. It may be something different than when you think. That would help. That would get this person off your case. But you always have to watch this person. So something about always, you may even use divination to figure out what this person's up to. But they're very, and you are getting, they just do whatever to get what they want. They basically do whatever. Like if they want somebody else's spouse, they'll do something. Like they'll they'll make some sort of commotion. Like for example, they'll basically they'll want somebody else's spouse. So perhaps a guy would bring something. Okay, just say this person wants somebody else's spouse, right? So he wants this woman for himself, right? So he'll just maybe somebody, for example, this wife is with somebody who did some indiscretion years ago. Maybe he slept with somebody at the beginning stages, and once he really felt bad. For example, he really felt bad about this, and he never told his wife, but he made this mistake. He never did it again. This person would try and bring that up, and just to break up the marriage, right? Or something that was done, and just twisting things. Just say somebody said one thing, they twist things. So it's the person this person is really operates in the shadow. So some way to, I'm hearing, if you operate there's almost like an energetic battle. If this person feels like they're very much below the level of integrity, and if you shine a light on their behavior, then I'm hearing they might scurry away like a cockroach. Or if you kind of if you kind of make an indicator of what this person is doing, right? They might just yeah. And then I think in some cases in some cases it's not too bad what they've done, but it's just some really shady shitty behavior. But in some cases it gets quite dark, so it runs the continuum. But this person, I'm hearing there's certain things you can do to make this person go away. If you shine a light on something that makes them feel sort of naked or something, then they will run away, I'm hearing. And you may not know what that is, I'm hearing, with that blank card. It's suppressed. They've really suppressed it. It's like they almost redirect it. They'll boast about something else, do with something else. They play the victim too, but just so much manipulation. And I'm hearing that even with divination, if you figure out what this person's point is, they will screw you. They might get really angry too, or they may fake. It just feels like so much about this person feels just fake and shady. And if you sort of poke at that fake persona, that they might get really angry or run away. So they might attack in some cases, but it's sort of it's like you're pointing out something. If you figure out, yeah, I'm getting like enhancing. This is an opportunity to enhance your intuition to figure out what's really going on and your own power. That's how you can deal with this person. It's almost like they're a snake, and you have to. And I got the Knight of Cups, which is really like a manipulative energy, a really manipulative energy, and it's sort of like pretending to bring love, but it's really got poison in it, and it's like it's really poisonous. Intimidate, and you may feel intimidated by this person. You don't know why. I'm hearing this person they intimidate, they humiliate, and they destroy. Like they'll act really nice until they don't, and then they'll just kind of make little, I'm hearing it too, they may make little nasty digs. So this person though, but if you were to make the right nasty dig back, they'd be intimidated. It's almost like they like to destroy, intimidate, and humiliate, but if you were to point out their flaws, they would just, they're deathly afraid of people figuring out their flaws. So that's why they have to sort of operate in the shadows. So if you find out their flaws and stick it to them, they'll just crumble. This just feels like, I don't really know that I like this person at all. So but intimidate, humiliate, and destroy. So it's sort of like that, the energy that looks behind the purpose of what they kind of do, but it's sort of spits out and then comes back, spits out, and it's like they just basically. But yeah, if you turn them, and a lot, and angry, powerful energy mixed with truth is kind of their kryptonite, so that's the energy. And they may get angry, but a lot of times this person just crumbles and runs away, or kind of goes into another manipulative disguise, or does it with something else. So that was pile number 2. Pile number 3, hello, pile number 3, Grace. Interesting, I just got one card for this. So what, okay, I'm gonna get some more cards. The Sun. I don't know, I just had one, but the Sun indicates happiness. So how do you deal with this enemy? We're going to get some cards to, okay, what exactly was going, the Empress, the Sun. Let's get some more cards. I'm going to shuffle, figure out how do you deal with this enemy, this narcissist, this difficult person. How do you deal with them? How do you best deal with them? Okay, let's see. So, rot. So, this feels like this person with a grace. It feels like they have a very rotten energy, a rotten core almost, and it's sort of like they tend to bite people's. They're almost like a cartoon villain who threaten other people, but it's like this person. Okay, I'm hearing, sometimes I get names in my head of people that I've dealt with, and I'm getting a name, and I'm not going to say who this is. Well, obviously it's just to sort of help me along with the reading. So, comic threat, confusion. So this person feels like, they feel like a lot of things at once. They've got a very big ego. They've got a very, they kind of feel like an overt narcissist vibe. The other piles, I'm not going to say which one, because I don't really one of the other 2 piles had sort of a more covert narcissist, but I don't really like to say what the other piles are within piles, because then it sort of ruins then if you want to do another one, then it kind of ruins the other reading or what have you. But this person, there's a lot of stuff going on in this person, but what you need to know is that they always like to look good, and they will preserve their ego at any cost to anyone, even their children. I'm hearing even their own children. So this person, they feel like they've gone off the deep end. Like they feel like they're all over the place. They've got a lot of nasty ingrained habits that have been around for a while. So I'm seeing this fences. This person, they kind of have fences around them and conform to their compulsions. So what I'm hearing is that they conform to their compulsions always. And that's what you need to know about this person. I'm hearing there's 7 different like characteristics of this energy. I know it's a collective reading. Like they're difficult, of course. They protect their ego at all costs. There's no extent that they won't go to preserve their sick self. But they also need something that they don't wish to need. And you can manipulate them with knowing what it is that they wish to need, which is kind of like a combination of spiritual peace and power and narcissistic supplies that I'm hearing. Like this big, they're kind of a monster that needs these things. Like they need these peace, but they're all over the map. I'm hearing this person, and they're always conformed to their compulsions. Like their compulsions to be the best, to be like they always need to be in control. Like they give me the sense of somebody who would throw like someone under the bus in order to get what they want or to preserve their sick self at any cost. So I'm hearing that you need to know what makes this sick soul feel safe and have comfort. And that's how you deal with this person. You know what this... I'm hearing they're almost like a child. They're a narcissist, an overt narcissist. It's almost like a child. And I'm hearing that if you know what kind of gives this person comfort, but I get this sense there's just this difficult, obnoxious person that you have to kind of contain within a fence and manipulate. I'm hearing they're not likely to ever change. They're so far gone, this person. But it's sort of like they're going through, they want to have a state of grace too. And it's like their psyche is so confused that you kind of have to remember, like I said before, you want to know that they always conform to their compulsions, which are for like safety, narcissistic supply, to always be admired. And you don't have, I'm not saying you don't have to give them this person these things. In fact, I don't really like kowtowing to these narcissistic types. But it's sort of like you have to kind of, if you know their psyche, it's very predictable. If you know several different machinations of how their psyche operates and how it relates to their sort of childhood pathological pain, then I'm hearing, remote. If you want to do remote view, and that's what I'm getting about these piles, is that it's important that these psychic abilities, that you kind of basically you want to know what these things are. And I'm hearing some of you know, some of you don't know, but remote view if you want to. And I'm hearing it all depends. Okay, what I'm hearing is for this person, some of you may want to okay, what I'm hearing is some of you may just want to get the hell out of Dodge and leave this person behind, not have them in your life anymore, right? Because these people are too difficult. But some of you may want to okay, what I'm hearing is this person may be in your family, and maybe they're in charge of something, like in charge of a business, or in charge of like an inheritance, or in charge of something, or maybe a boss who's taken in charge, and you may need this person, there may be a boss I'm hearing too. You may need this person to act in a certain way. And if it's I'm hearing is the preference is to get away from this person, right? We don't like these people, right? We don't like these people in our lives. But if you have to, you're forced to be with them. You're kind of knowing, you may even remote view if you're psychologically, spiritually inclined, and figure out what is their kind of needs, what is their, and I'm not saying when I'm going into this, like, trying to figure out what their needs are. I'm not saying, I don't want to get into the habit of kowtowing to these types, right? When we don't want to do that. But I'm hearing is if you're in a situation where you have to, right? You have to, it's like a boss. You're going to, like, you're going to be there a couple more months, you want a good reference, for example, or you need this person to act in an ethical, fair way, which they may or may not, but you kind of need them to do that. You kind of figure out what they're basically their childhood wound is, what they need and what they want, which seems to be narcissistic. It's some perverse bad copy of like narcissistic supply and safety, and they always conform to their compulsion. So you just like, once you know what they need, then like acting in a predictable way, like their personality is predictably unpredictable. That makes sense. They may seem like they're kind of all over the place, that they're all that they're basically whatever, they're just all over the place, but they're really they're basically like essentially they're basically can break their psyche. They're although they seem all over the place, they seem chaotic. People are like, "What the f is wrong with this person? They're so chaotic." This behavior can be sort of brought down to several key like sort of motivations from their childhood. And if you can kind of, I just see this pacifier, like if you can figure out this person's very, they give the sense of that they're this narcissist that's regressed to this certain age, and once you understand that, you can sort of beat them by doing, and I'm hearing, yeah, by just doing some remote viewing and channeling. And I highly recommend you to enhance your psychic abilities, especially if this person is, you have to deal with this person like a boss, a family member who's in charge of something they shouldn't be in charge of, because I don't think this person should be in charge of anything. But unfortunately, they become part of like, but yeah, it gives a sense of like a narcissist who had trauma, and because of that, their psyche opposite rates in very disturbing ways, but predictable ways. So you can figure out how to deal with that. And I'm hearing you maybe feel very angry at this person, and I can't blame you for that at all. But once you know their psyche, I'm hearing it for some of you, the more that you can figure out their psyche, the more you can kind of distance yourself. Like once you can kind of close up whatever issue you have with this person, you can kind of get away from this person, right? And the more you figure out like what makes this person tick, and you'll be able to sort of, yeah, manipulate with them with that. What do they need? I just see this image of this adult like sucking on a pacifier. So they're just so in their childhood trauma, and lots of people have childhood trauma and they don't become this destructive as what I'm hearing. Like lots of people, like they're very traumatized and harmed. They don't become a narcissist. They don't become a like basically a narcissist. But like this person is, they're basically, yeah, you have to keep the Six of Cups. It goes back to their childhood. There's a child there, and it's like if you offer the right energy to them, I'm hearing too, they will kind of be soothed. And that may be, I'm hearing, unfortunately, that may be placating their ego in some cases. And it's kind of like, this is a kind of a gross, destructive energy. But, and I'm hearing it's not, I really hear that it's not nice. It's not nice. Do you dislike dealing with this person? I don't blame them. But it's sort of like if you find the right combinations, you'll be able to sort of get this person to operate in a moderately fair manner, which could be shocking because this is not a fair person. I'm hearing this is not a kind and fair person, but you can kind of, their psyche, if you can kind of find the right buttons of what they need, like you can, and yeah, I'm hearing channeling about it, and writing it down, doing some automatic writing. I'm seeing you'll be able to know what exactly you need to do for this person to sort of survive them. And because these people are very, I believe you me, I've encountered these people. These are people are very crazy. These people are very difficult, and it's in some cases it's next to impossible to deal with them. And hate, they just are hate. They cause hate, pain. They're just it's not good. But yeah, their psyche needs to be soothed. It's almost fascinating, these pathological types, when you don't have to deal with them, but we do, and we have to deal with them, and it's when we do, it's not fun. So I hope your dealings with this person will be reduced. I hope that you can get what you kind of get them to sort of behave in a fair manner, and then surround yourself with kind, supportive people. I have a feeling that this pile needs that, some kind and supportive people who are, it's very difficult. This may person even be in your family or your boss, somebody who has power over you, or who wants to have power over other people, and they are not pleasant at all. They like to curtail, I'm hearing something else, they like to curtail other people's independence or their spirit. They almost have this perverse need to to crush other people's independence and their spirit. Very gross energy. But I'm hearing something else, and the last thing is before I end this video, I think, but grace. If you want to call on that, because there's different energies, I'm hearing if you call on the energies of grace, I'm hearing this person is not going to change anytime soon. But if you call on the energies of grace, and I don't know if you know, but there's different energies in the universe, and you can call on particular energies, but I'm hearing if you call on the energies of grace, it's an energy field or even a spirit, you may be able to get this person to tone it back just a bit, enough for them to not be as unpleasant and to be a bit more fair and reasonable. But that's as far as, it doesn't feel like this person will really ever be fine. They don't feel like there's going to be anything different than what they are, but calling on the energies of grace, you may be able to kind of contain their very toxic, narcissistic energy to be a bit fair in the circumstances. Yeah, call on the energy of grace. So I hope you all enjoyed this reading, and goodbye.